All right, welcome back to the channel. So this heavyweight division is taking form, and it seems as if people are trying to cast Anthony Joshua into the black hat role now. You know, the villain role. And Tyson Fury is adding to it by running his mouth about Anthony Joshua and what he had to say at the Black Lives Matter rally. And Tyson Fury, you're full of it. Okay? Absolutely, positively full of it, dude. You're a complete and utter hypocrite. You're talking out both sides of your neck. But you know what's new? Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. So this is the year 2020. This is, what's the date today? This is June 18th, 2020 at 8:37 in the morning, Central Standard Time, United States of America. And I have to tell you that I would have never thought that I would be a supporter of Anthony Joshua again. Okay, but this morning, it's been going that way for a while. But to listen to what Tyson Fury had to say about Anthony Joshua and this Black Lives Matter thing, dude, I'm all the way aboard. Okay, I don't care about the ducking. I don't care about the Eddie Hearn affiliation. I don't care, man, because the dude, to get the type of criticism that he gets for doing something that should just make sense to people is banana. But to have Tyson Fury grandstanding on it in such a hypocritical fashion too, dude. In such a hypocritical fashion. Let's go over this. Okay. Anthony Joshua is a black man in the UK. From Watford, my understanding. Now it's the city of Watford, it's the county of Watford. I'm not sure, not from the UK, but I know that there's a black area in the UK called Watford. And Anthony Joshua has friends, has families in the area, and they invited Anthony Joshua asked to participate in a rally after the murder of George Floyd. Because now there's all these, these demonstrations. I'll say that. Like, you see all of these demonstrations, because that doesn't sound as much like a protest as it sounds like a demonstration, or like, they were talking about how they were going to solve their problem. So anyway, this piece of paper gets passed around, and it talks about, from what I can understand, the typical economic angle at self-empowerment in black communities, which is typically, look, let's spend our money with ourselves, because that way we can grow our businesses. If we grow our businesses, then we make our communities better. We add, and if we do that, then we can try to alleviate a lot of the economic problems that we have, which might actually lead to a greater standard of life, and then us be able to actually like represent ourselves in the political system, and all of those things that people think are gonna make this problem go away, that I don't believe are gonna make the problem go away, but they believe the problem is gonna make the problem go away or help out the problem. So hey, man, since I don't know the solution to the problem, do the best you can do. So I loved hearing that now I have to differentiate something here, okay? These are, and some people that are not black people, he's talking to Caribbeans and British people, Africans, and Caribbeans, right? So that is a different group of people than blacks in the United States. So they've got their own way that they go about doing things. We don't always see eye to eye, but hey, man, I understand where they are and the things that they go through, because it's the same thing over here. Might be, a little more intense or less intense, different places at different times, but we all go through the journey. So Anthony Joshua's out there, saying, hey man, I'm going to put my money behind this. I'm going to support you guys. I'm going to bring money into the money that I've made and contacts that I've made with money to invest into this area. If you guys support it, we can make a nice, situation here, right? So of course, when black folk try to be constructive, and I say this all the time, when black folk try to be constructive, there's an issue. Now, if there was some foolishness going on and it was just like, hey man, let's not, it's not necessarily foolishness, but something that was not unproductive, like you want to bring something over there. You want to do something that will allow them to take money out of the community, right? Hey, that would be all great. But doing something that's constructive that would keep your money in your community and empower you within your community, big issue, right? So of course, Tyson Fury got to throw his 2 cents into it. Shut up, Tyson. But listen what Tyson Fury says. Tyson Fury says that, Anthony Joshua shouldn't have said it, right? He shouldn't have said it. That if Eddie Hearn was there, he would have kicked Anthony Joshua in his ass and made sure he didn't say it, right? So, and then he moves on to say that how he knows what racism is and that travelers are the only people that it's cool to be racist against now, but he would not do what Anthony Joshua did. Okay, so get this. Tyson Fury says that he's the real victim of racism in the UK. I'm not there, okay? Maybe it is. Maybe travelers are getting it like black folk are getting it, okay? But he says we're the only ones that it's cool to discriminate against. Not black people, travelers. Okay, so that's your experience, cool. But then he says, so if that's true, then why wouldn't you do what Anthony Joshua did? That's what I mean. See, because I got responses from people who were in the UK that said, "Oh, Fanon, you don't understand what the travelers go through. If they're not considered to be white, then yes, I understand what they go through. Absolutely, I'm positively sure that I understand what they go through. It ain't a hard find. Okay, trust me, it ain't a hard find. It ain't out of my realm of my imagination what can happen to people that are seen to not be that. However, you're a bitch if you don't want to do something about it. And what Tyson Fury is saying is he wouldn't do anything about it. That, hey, we're the ones that it's cool to be that, to act that way against, but I'm not going to go and get into a crowd of people and start saying, hey, the travelers, we need to spend our money with ourselves, right? That we need to figure out how we're going to solve our problem and we need to rely upon ourselves and not other people to solve our problems. So Tyson Fury, what are you saying? That you wouldn't do that? You think, would you be condemning a traveling person that was demonstrating in that fashion? Would you say that they were stupid and they shouldn't do that? And then what is this with Anthony Joshua doesn't have? What do you think? Anthony Joshua doesn't have feelings? He doesn't have an opinion on the matter? I mean, just because he sits there and is quiet while he's counting the money he's getting from these people doesn't mean that he necessarily believes everything that's coming out of their mouths, or that he doesn't see the problems in the neighborhoods that he lives in. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. And Tyson Fury is this type of dude that will just say anything. Now, on the other hand, let's also look at it from this way. Now, he says that Anthony Joshua didn't have Eddie Hearn there, to tell him what to say. And if he was there, he would have kicked him in the ass and made sure he didn't say it. The arse, ARSE, as they say, kicked him in the arse, so that he wouldn't say it. Well, okay. Well, where was Frank Warren when you tweeted out that you just closed the deal with Daniel Kinahan? You got an international mob boss as your manager, and you got enough nerve to criticize Anthony Joshua because he gave because he read a Black Lives Matter speech? What world do you live in, dude? What world do you live in? The one where the guy with the international drug cartel, arms cartel, is your personal manager, or a guy that puts his career at risk and his reputation at risk with people like you by going and standing up for people in his own hometown? How could I not support Anthony Joshua over this clown? Really? And I was not in the business of complimenting Anthony Joshua. But at this point in time, man, come on, man. Right is right, wrong is wrong. You can't sit up there as a guy, as a dude that served a 2-year drug suspension for performance enhancing drugs, right? Get accused of bribing a witness, to come up with an alibi for you for your performance enhancing drug test, right? then get openly associate with a mafia boss, but then point fingers at Anthony Joshua for trying to help build his community up. This is the world we live in. This is the Tyson world. This is the Tyson Fury world of reality. This is the Tyson Fury reality. Man, dude, this guy just talks and says whatever it is that pops into his head at any moment in time. And eventually, like I said, it's going to catch up. It's going to catch up to him, and it's going to catch up to the people around him. It's what it is, man. The dude ain't above board. The dude's not above board. The guy just talking out the side of his neck. But, you know, it is what it is. So anyway, it is what it is. You let me know what you think about Tyson Fury. I just can't. Man, the dude is a disappointment, man. I did like Tyson Fury because the dude can fight. He can fight, but there's just so much around that dude that is beyond shady. Anyway, it is what it is. You let me know what you think in the comment section, and I will turn the volume up on this video. I just got this new mic, so you gotta please excuse me. I didn't understand the levels, and I'm just gonna turn this puppy all the way up. So make sure if your ears are busting, just understand I gotta make videos for people that not necessarily have the most volume in their the best set of headphones. Anyway, it is what it is. And with that, I'm out. Peace.